Scroll and Dagger presents Quest of Ruin. Episode 26, A Trail of Poison.
Hello and welcome to Quest of Ruin, the post-apocalyptic fantasy role-playing podcast. I am your host and game master, and you join us just in time for an investigation into a string of murders that has been taking place in the secluded oasis city of Sacara.
Town of Sacara, you mean?
Oh, not this again.
I'm just saying, by elven standards, Sacara isn't a city. Caras Aeglir was a city, Narrowlin was a city, Stonehelm is the last real one.
And you say I take this too seriously.
You do.
But it's a city by human standards, isn't it? I mean, is the Temple of Illaheld like a cathedral?
The what?
You're assuming that Ilarth has the same rules about what makes a city as we have.
Well, why not?
Look, could you carry this on later when I'm not around?
Fine.
Thank you. We've got a sultry widow to interrogate.
I don't think I said anything about her being sultry.
Well, isn't she?
I mean, I guess you could describe her that way.
Ha!
Right, well, sultriness aside, you are now in the Bolivar estate, and the widow of the recently poisoned Lord Bolivar has invited you into the mansion.
Why didn't you all take a seat? Not there!
Huh?
You four can sit over there.
On the floor?
You may, of course, stand, if you would prefer.
Oh,
Easy, Binks.
thank you.
Yes, this is much more comfortable. Thank
Yes, please sit or stand and be silent. Now, Inquisitor, please come join me.
Thank you.
Shall I serve, ma'am?
Of course, Emilio. So, Inquisitor Leoncio Buscador y Alfonso Monrunn, what do you think about this whole dreadful ordeal? Come now. I am told the mind of an Inquisitor moves as fast as lightning. You must have some ideas in that clever brain of yours.
Well...
Laethar looks terribly uncomfortable. Should we try to help him?
Nope.
Are you certain, Yera?
If he leans any further backwards, he's going to fall off the sofa.
You think he fancies her?
I really doubt it.
Well, look at him, squirming like an eel in a bread basket.
An eel? In a bread basket?
It's a goblin thing.
Oh, remind me to never go to a goblin baker.
Shouldn't we say something?
Laethar can handle himself. His face much worse than a...
Scantily clad widow.
Pushy posh lady?
I do not believe we should judge her for her appearance. It is a very nice gown.
Nice and fluffy round the edges.
Looks chilly.
Now, what exactly do you want from me?
I am looking for any more information you can give me on this succession of murders. Another occurred just hours ago.
Oh my goodness! Well, that is just dreadful. Who was it?
We are not sure yet. We're waiting for information.
Well, of course I'm happy to help. Ask me anything, my dear Inquisitor. And I do mean anything.
Yes, right. Well, if I may, I'll just go over some of the basics again first. When did your husband's murder happen?
Tomorrow will be exactly 3 weeks ago, 4 in the afternoon.
And it was you that found him?
It was awful. I must have missed the whole thing. I was dropping in to visit a friend, you see.
And you found him where?
Right here on this couch.
I see.
Oh, do sit back down. Don't be silly. I have had it cleaned.
I would rather stand, thank you. So, you found him poisoned, yes?
Yes, frothing at the mouth, white, terrified eyes, pale as snow. I've never witnessed a scarier sight.
Was there anyone else in the house?
Oh, my dear, of course. Never a dull moment here. Let me see. Well, the cook, if I remember correctly, was at the back of the mansion collecting the meat delivery. The maids were out in the secondary garden hanging the washing. I was down the road having tea with Lady Delgado at her abode, while my son Peregrine was out for one of his walks. Such a shame. No one to hear, no one to see.
Did your husband have any enemies? Anyone you think may have been responsible?
Oh, certainly. I told the guards as much, but they refused to listen to me.
May I ask who you suspect?
Of course you may.
All right. Who do you suspect?
The Lord Elmiro Cortés. He owns the estate besides mine. I mean ours. He sits on the council of the masters and was a colleague of my husband. My late husband.
And may I ask why you suspect this man?
You may.
Why do you suspect this man of murder?
Because, dear Inquisitor, he hungered for my husband's position as Grand Master of Coin, which he now has.
I see. That is actually quite helpful. Thank you, Lady Bolivar.
Nina, please, darling. I am Nina Escarlata Bolivar. You may call me Nina. If I might call you Leoncio.
Certainly, why not? Very well, thank you for your time, Lady Nina. We shall leave you to your grief.
More like her wine and cakes.
Shut up.
It's not wrong, though.
Little one, please do not do what I believe you are thinking.
What?
I will buy you 10 cakes, all to yourself, if you do not steal any here.
Deal.
No, we really must be going. Thank you ever so much.
So soon? But you have barely touched your champagne.
You are most kind, but we should continue our investigation. Thank you. No, really, thank you.
Shall I show our guests out, ma'am?
Ah, very well then. But you can come back any time, my dear Leoncio.
Thank you for the invitation, and my apologies for your loss.
Yes. Quite sad times for us all. Ta-ta then!
So...
Don't say a word.
We were...
Say nothing.
Alright, let's just go.
Do you need a hand taking that off, my friend?
Yes, now if you would hurry up.
Of course.
Laethar, there is no need to be so snippy with us.
There you are. Back to yourself again.
Thank you.
Shall we try and talk to that neighbour next? This Lord Cortés? See if he knows anything.
Oh no, not more champagne, people.
That is the house there, isn't it? The next one over. It does not look as though anyone is home.
No one of importance, at any rate.
What do you mean?
Even if it looks quiet, a house that size is never empty. There will be serving staff, maids, any number of people.
So, what you're saying is, perfect time to visit.
How so?
Well, who's most likely to know the dark secrets and the hidden stuff and the motives for murder? The staff.
Good point, that.
That is a brilliant idea, little one.
I agree, but do you really think they would speak to us?
Well, in a city full of sheltered, judgmental humans, who's the most likely to relate to outsiders? Anyone on the bottom.
It's worth a try, I suppose.
Alright, well, let's get going then. The day's getting on and the council chairman could be back any moment.
Oh, here we are. Took a while, but I did get served.
Thank you.
Right, let's go over what we found out.
We know that one member from each family, the Bolivars, the Ortegas, and now the Aritzas, has been killed. Only one, and each time in the same way.
And each one led to someone else profiting or improving their own position.
But it was a different person each time.
Maybe it was a coincidence. They all just happened to be poisoned?
I don't think so. From what everyone has said, it seems to be the same poison each time.
Perhaps it's a hired killer. They all used the same person who killed everyone the same way.
We'll have a hard time proving that.
Unless we find the killer.
That's what we've been trying to do.
Nah, we've been trying to figure out who the murderer is, who actually wanted them folks dead. If an assassin's involved, that's different, and might be better for us.
How so?
Well, If this was a bunch of rich people killing each other, they'd all be trying to hide it.
Whereas a professional killer will still be available for hire.
Yep, and finding them can't be that hard if all these poshos could do it. We just need to look in the right place.
But how will we find the right place?
I was a master criminal, remember?
Master.
Alright, I was a pretty successful criminal. But point is, I know the signs to look out for, and the kinds of people we want to be asking.
Alright, so where do we start?
Hey, you, outsiders.
About here, I reckon.
We heard you have been asking questions, bothering your betters.
Bothering your betters, you mean?
What did you say?
Hush, Laethar. Look, don't mind him. We're not looking for any trouble.
Well, you should have thought of that earlier.
Look, there's no need for
Hey!
this.
You stay where you are.
What?
We'll not take your threats, orc.
I'm not threatening anyone.
Sit back down, or I will put you down.
Best sit down, my friend. Slowly.
That's right. Listen to your friend.
Now, let me tell you what's going to happen.
You're going to turn around and stop bothering us?
One more word out of you, elf scum, and I will slit your throat for you.
Get out of my face, human. Your breath stinks.
Laethar, will you stop?
Yes, back away from the elf, Emilio. You do have a strong reek, and they are known for their weak constitutions.
Alright. We can talk.
I mean, you can't expect more for the people who lost the field to the Harbinger, fleeing like the cowards they are.
Oh dear.
Should we?
No point now.
What are you muttering about?
Probably this.
Hey, what are you...
Ah! What the?
Got him.
Laethar, would you calm down a little now?
A kill for an error 10.
You know that all you do is give them the reaction they are looking for when you lose your temper, so...
He's out cold now. Can let go.
Aiolin, could you budge over just a bit?
Sure. Why?
I want to ask this guy some questions.
Be careful.
Not me you got to worry about. Right, listen up, Gajal. You seem like someone who spends time with the scoundrels of the world. That right?
Yeah?
And so you be the one to ask about finding someone, right? Maybe someone for hire? Maybe someone what don't ask no questions and takes coin up front?
I wouldn't tell you scum anything.
Ah, wrong answer, buddy.
Oh my goodness!
You little scum-blooded son of a...
You don't insult my mama.
Binks!
Shush! Now, mister, I got a question for you. Are there any in this city who walk under the red moon?
How do you...
See? We ain't so different after all. So, answer.
There is one.
Tell me about him.
Rumor says he's not one of us. But no one ever managed to find out. Looks human. Talks human. But he's not. Some say he walks among the city folk, and they don't know.
How do we contact him?
You can leave messages in a box. It's hidden in the western sewer, under the Road of Jewelers.
Alrighty then. You have been sorta useful. You can go.
You...
Don't bother threatening us, human. Just look afraid and run away. And take your friend with you.
Outlanders, I will see that the guards hear about this.
See that you do. Captain Duilio will be interested in knowing how the hunt is going.
What?
This should cover all the damages. We are so sorry for the disturbance.
Have you found it yet?
Not yet!
So this is the plan? We leave a message for this mysterious person and hope that they turn up?
That's pretty much it, yes.
Balink seems optimistic.
I'd hardly call that encouraging.
He does seem to know about these things.
Sounds like he's found it.
But how long will we have to wait? I'm getting a little tired of the local scenery.
Well, all we can do for now is wait. If no one shows up, we can just come up with a new plan.
looting. Let's go.
And you are sure this person will turn up?
Definitely.
So, where's this meeting place?
That statue we saw a while back, in that little courtyard. Figured it was quiet and out of the way enough, but still close enough to other people if things got nasty.
As if any of these people would lift a finger to aid us.
All right, I remember the place. Come on, we may as well head there now.
How long has it been?
Nearly 3 hours.
So, could you explain exactly what you did, Binks? You asked after... what?
An assassin, basically. I figured if anyone might know what's going on, it'd be the criminal underbelly. Every place has got one, no matter how big, how small, or how stuck up and rude the residents are.
So there's a chance this fellow coming to meet us is the killer we're after?
Yep, and if we think it's him, we can take him. 5 on 1. Even the best assassins I've met couldn't beat all of us at once.
You have not
Gods
yet
above
met
us.
me, though, Master Bambash.
Where did you come from?
Was sneaking up on us really necessary?
All comes with the occupation. Of course, one cannot be too careful.
And I suppose the hood and scarf are all part of the occupation as well?
Naturally. I believe you adopted a similar guise, Master Elf. You know how unwelcoming this fair city can be to outsiders.
Well, quite.
I must congratulate you, sir, on your deft feat. You have got us all quite off guard.
You're the, one we were asked to meet, then?
That depends. Would any of you know the time we may walk in the shade?
Pardon?
Time of what?
I walk at 3, the others at dawn.
You what?
Very well. Come.
Cool! An oubliette! I've never seen one of these before.
This city has a fair few. I make use of them from time to time. Now, let us speak plainly to one another.
You are... the bull!
I am. I am surprised you recognized me. Are there any of my kind in the Ashen Plains?
Oh, no. But I lived in the Fae for a short time, and I met 1 or 2 of you there.
Ah, I see.
If you don't mind me asking, what's, I heard that all of your kind were scattered, lost to the corners of the world, or else fled back to the Fae.
You believed correct, Master Orc. For the most part, there are still some of us around. Those of us who can go unnoticed and unremarked.
I have not met a Debolo in centuries, not since the War of the Lamps.
And you still have not. I am only a part-blood. My father was Riunt of Shadewood Isle. My mother was an elf of Pale Harbour.
Oh, I know Shadewood.
But where's your horn?
Binks, don't be rude.
Look closer, Master Bambash.
You hacked them off.
Not I. This was the work of some truly delightful humans over a year or so back. However, they inadvertently did me a favor. I can pass much easier without them. I simply continue to file down the stumps.
That's horrible.
I am so sorry for your experiences, my friend.
It makes no matter now. So, to business. You reached out to me. Are you looking to bid someone moonlit tidings?
Huh?
I believe they are using a code that none outside their circle can understand.
Correct. So, you 4 are all new to the game, then. What brings you knocking at my door?
I would hardly call depositing messages in a dank sewer knocking.
We're investigating the murders what have gone on up top. You know anything about them?
As a matter of fact, I do. Most intriguing. But why are they of such interest to you? Surely a bunch of outsiders wouldn't wish to stay here any longer than necessary. And I cannot imagine any of the oh-so-cheery city council would pay you to investigate.
We're hunting down the true culprit, so they may be brought to justice.
And so that you can leave the city.
Obviously.
So, do you got any ideas? Or have you been walking under the red moon recently?
No, Master Bambash. I have been predominantly mixing fine spirits and concocting ales to soothe the mind of late.
What in all does that mean?
I think it means he has not been hired to kill anyone. Lately.
Oh, well then. Splendid.
And you expect us to believe that, Mr...
Oh yes, we never caught your name.
I never threw it your way, Adanos.
How about you tell us instead?
Right. Well, who might you be? Fine travelling companions? I am acquainted quite amiably with your goblin here. Master Bambage has a reputation which precedes him 3 years, didn't you say?
Yeah.
You, however, Dawn Dwellers, I do not know.
If you wouldn't mind, we're not exactly up to speed with the criminal lingo.
Dawn Dweller, just our little joke. Thieves, murderers, and others of our kind work in the night, while others, the respectable sort, rise with the dawn.
I see.
What makes you so certain that we have not delved into the life of crime?
Well, apart from anything else, it is written on each of your faces, clear as day. You think we cannot sniff out our own? Plus, Bambage here confirmed it.
Look, perhaps proper introductions can wait until after we've gotten to the bottom of this. We came to you for information on these murders. Do you have any?
I do. First of all, this is no game of the nobility. The low have been struck as well as the high. A common girl, her father, and a stable hand were all poisoned in the same way some days before the Lord Bolivar.
I see. And second of all?
There has been a further murder, not more than an hour ago.
Oh no!
Are you sure? Where?
The other side of town. Another commoner, so you'll likely have no run-ins with any guards.
If you ain't been doing it, do you know who has?
I do not, though I would be most interested to find out which Dawnwalker has been encroaching on my territory.
Dawnwalker? You mean this isn't a professional killer?
Spirits, no. Their methods are atrocious, clearly experimental, especially the first few. Somebody playing around with herbs and potions to make poison. They have gotten better, but they are still sloppy. No true one of my occupation would leave such a mess.
That is interesting.
But that is all I know. Now, I wish you luck in all your endeavours, but I have already lingered too long.
Where are you going? Not like you can leave the city any more than we can.
Perhaps, perhaps not. But even in a locked city, there is much to do.
May your nights be cloudy.
And your steps soft.
And what exactly is that supposed to...
Did he just...
How?
The Bolu are of the Fae.
Well, that's a new lead at least. Want to go talk to some common folks about their dead now?
And that is where we shall leave it for today.
Cool. We need to make a move anyway.
Yep, same time next week.
Yes,
Yep.
please.
Gina, Leah, you want to lift home?
Yes, please. Oh, yeah, thank you. See you guys next week.
See you. They are making progress, though I fear the poisoner will evade their capture. They have passed the test and will wish to join the other 4. Oh, they will, I think. They are only missing one piece of the puzzle. As ever, the simplest question is the one that's overlooked. Exactly. If the first victim they found, that Adalia girl, was dead by the time they reached her, it couldn't have been her who screamed. Her windpipe would have been too constricted. So, who was it who screamed?
Quest of Ruin is a podcast distributed by Scroll & Dagger and licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 International License. Today's episode was written by Gareth Cadogan and Ciel Barrie. It was produced by Gina Moriarty and directed by Gareth Cadogan. Original music was produced by Evangelos and Anastassatos. To see the full cast list, view show notes and ways to support us, visit scrollanddagger.com and rate us wherever you find your podcasts. Thank you for listening.